Why turn Saraya and Toni Storm heel? In case you guys missed it, Saraya and Toni Storm, they turned heel out of nowhere. Sheeta in shock, wondering what to do. They turned on Will Nightingale, and Ruby Soho came out with a save. Puddy, your thoughts?
Jade Cargill, the baddies, Marina Shafir, Nyla Rose, all heels, correct?
Correct.
I guess Jade Cargill's kind of blurred, but all in the mid card, all involved in the TBS championships. You look at the main event picture, the title picture, outside Britt Baker, what other heels are there? What's her name?
Isn't Jamie Hayter supposed to be a heel though, because she's aligned with Britt Baker?
Well, you were talking about how her run up to the championship, the crowd turned on her and the fact that they were cheering for her. They were cheering for her. They wanted to see her win. Now she's won. She hasn't really done much. Felt like the Liv Morgan thing. Like the crowd wanted her to win, but now she's champion. Like, oh, then what?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
I feel like the whole. I don't need to cut you off. The Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter team is kind of like, I think just they're acting like heels. I think they're built as heels, but the crowd enjoys them. And that's the case. What heels do they have to go against? And I can't think of any heels that are worthy of the main event title picture, except maybe Toni Storm now and Saraya.
Touching on Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker real fast, I think the problem with that is the fact that Jamie Hayter is still kind of second fiddle to Britt Baker, even though she is the AEW Women's Champion. I think it's kind of bizarre. And the fact that Britt Baker hasn't made a move for that championship yet, it is bizarre. I think that's, I don't necessarily know if that's on Jamie Hayter. It seems like the fans are confused. And I think that if there's plans for Britt Baker to turn on Jamie Hayter, it's slow. That should have happened yesterday. However,
that, or is it refreshing? Because everyone predicts their turn breaking up, but now that we're not getting it.
But then why have her play second fiddle? It's like kind of like Randy Orton's title reign, his first ever title reign. It kind of resembles that a little bit. Like it was just like everyone's excited to see him win, but then it was kind of awkward because the only thing we really remember from that is when Triple H gave the thumbs down to Batista.
Second Batista reference tonight.
But like the fact is though, like Jamie Hayter's still second fiddle. It's so weird. Anywho, touching on Saraya and Toni Storm, what I find interesting about this is that they're saying like, you know, they're talking about AEW originals that came up, right? Like these girls don't know. These girls don't know. Like there's speculation that this could lead to like a blood and guts thing, like, you know, with like the people from WWE versus, you know, the AEW originals, which would be cool to see. It'd be cool to see indeed. I think honestly, smart move by AEW. This is the smart move what they did here. DS ring the bell, hit it on the head here. Like fans didn't necessarily. They didn't necessarily gravitate to Saraya the way I think everyone thought they would with the miraculous comeback, which is shocking because I think a lot of people are Saraya fans. Was it the fact that she didn't hit a home run off the bat? Were the expectations that high? And was it a letdown for some people? I don't know what it is, but Britt Baker was tearing up on the mic, and it seemed like people were gravitating towards her. We talked about this weeks ago. So it's just a logical move. It's a great move because Saraya, we've seen Paige be a heel in the past. Like, she could be a great heel. Toni Storm, we haven't seen her work really as a heel. I think it could work. This storyline could work, especially with AEW diehards. Yeah, knock the AEW originals. Get more heat here. And then you have the whole Sheeta factor, which makes it even more intriguing.
An AEW original.
An AEW original, right.
Yeah, absolutely. They can definitely go that route. But then you have to bring more WWE women in. Will you have Athena can join those ranks? I've seen the rosters are Ring of Honor still blurred. I'm not sure they still are or not.
Athena would be a great addition to that. Yeah. Good. Marina Shafir was in WWE.
Mercedes money?
I mean, could be. We'll see. Ruby Soho,
that's a good one, yeah. But she's, who knows? Anything's possible. But I'm happy they did. crowd seemed to get that face turn seemed to be stale. The whole her coming back, feuding with Britt Baker. Who am I? Britt Baker. But that thing went on a little too long about like, oh, I need one more doctor to make sure I'm getting clearance. I understand building it up. I think the build lasted too long. Then you got the match. It was good. She won, of course. And she hasn't really done much since. They haven't really done much with Saraya yet. So yeah, here's a fresh take. Let's start all brand new and turn her heel and a roster that's kind of lacking heels in the main event scene. Smart move, like you said. Good move. I'm excited about it. I loved it when I saw it. I'm like, good. Give it to me. Let's see it. See what happens.
Right. Like, was it a little sudden? Did you feel it coming out of nowhere? Maybe. But at the same time, the fans have been booing.
Sometimes those are the best heel turns too, out of nowhere.
Hell, I'm here for it. Saraya, again, we've seen her work. We see what she could do. I think she could be a monster heel here for AEW. And hell, I mean, it gives a shine to Sheeta too. Like she's kind of been out of the spotlight for a little bit, so she could play an interesting X factor, if you will.
Yep, absolutely.
Kind of like what Sami Zayn is right now in SmackDown. He's an interesting X factor.